What's beef? Beef is when y'all niggas wanna be too greedy with your shit. Beef is when you don't wanna share with your real niggas. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be a ICU. Ha! I don't wanna see your films no more, or all your ideas no more, all your whatever you wanna pull out here no more, if I ain't got nothing to do with it. Brother Tyler, you've been wasting a lot of people's time with your riches. Why don't you tell people how you got it? Well, forget all that crap. This is warfare times. Tyler Perry Studio, there's a lot behind your little mysterious little film studio persona, faith, movie making BS stories. Come out the closet, man. The hell wrong with you? You's a fake, phony fraud. Stop trying to act like you some spiritual leader that knows the Black Messiah, and you just wasting people's time out here in the church of Hollywood. Nobody got time for you no more. Time to spread it around. Bring your wealth to me flicks, all right? We can't ask no white boy for nothing. But you got a studio over there in Atlanta, and we got an app that's going to take out Netflix and YouTube. Can be part of it. But Tyler Perry, you gotta hurry up and find a way to put a central way of contact, because we can't get a hold of your ass with some BS website of yours.
May have come at a terrible price.
It's a greed.
Not by him,
It's pure greed.
but by countless others who were caught in his web of deception.
Put it down to the flat line.
Tyler Perry for years. Cassie Davis claims she can no longer stay silent about what she witnessed. Cassie is a beloved actress and singer who has become a household name through her powerful performances and strong commitment to her faith. For years, she's been a shining star in the entertainment industry, known for her authentic personality and incredible talent. Her roles have touched millions of hearts, and her unwavering
Oh, I remember her.
dedication to her beliefs
Yeah, she
has
looked
made
like
her
she
a
could
role
tell the
model
truth.
aspiring
For
artists.
real.
But how does Cassie know all of this? Let me break it down. Cassie's the absolute queen of comedy, bringing down the house as Aunt Bam in Tyler Perry's Medea movies. Or maybe you know her better as the wise and warm Ella Payne from House of Pain and its spin-off, The Paynes. Seriously, the woman is gifted. She just has this way of connecting with audiences, making you laugh and feel like you're right there with her. And her fans, they are dedicated. They'll line up for tickets, buy every movie, and support her in whatever she does. They're truly invested in her success. But what we often forget is that behind the bright lights and the red carpets, there's a whole other story. Being so closely associated with Tyler Perry for so long, Cassie has undoubtedly seen a lot of things that the average viewer just doesn't get to see. And let's be honest, there's been a constant buzz around Tyler Perry, hasn't there? For years, there have been whispers and accusations about his business practices and how he supposedly built his empire. Some people claim he might have exploited others, maybe even taken advantage of their talents or stories to fuel his own rise to fame. Think about it from Cassie's perspective. She's right there, in the thick of it, witnessing everything firsthand. Can you imagine the pressure?
It's true. Usury culture gotta go.
Internal conflict.
Tyler Perry,
It's gotta be a lot to take
you don't
in,
understand
right?
you're part
It
of the
really makes you
problem.
think about the true cost of success in Hollywood. How far are people willing to go to reach the top? And what sacrifices are made along the way? It definitely adds a whole new layer to how we see these celebrities and their stories, doesn't it? It's not always as glamorous as it seems on the surface. Tyler Perry has also been linked to some interesting people, let's just say. I mean, for someone who often projects this image of Christian authority.
Burned out and dejected.
He got no Christian authority. The man is working for Santa Claus, full of crap. Otherwise, he will answer his brothers. He don't answer to no brother. Tyler Perry is a scared little wuss.
Wait, step back from the ledge and let me share something I think.
Let's
you'll
skip this
find
commercial, man. Too many scared
He's had some
wussy
surprising connections.
idiots out
He
here.
even mentioned once that he went to seminary and was considering becoming a minister at Lakewood Church, Joel Osteen's place in Houston. Then there was that interview with Osteen himself, which honestly raised more questions than an
Look at
answer.
that.
And let's not forget his close relationship with T.D. Jakes.
Look at that.
It's like he's always cozying up to these religious figures.
Sure y'all remember that one weird time where Tyler Perry laid his hands on T.D. Jakes, and there was a whole performance like Tyler was delivering him from something.
Now, for those
My
of you
God,
who don't
look
know,
at these
T.D. Jakes has been
fools.
involved and named in Diddy lawsuits. The man is definitely not good company, and Tyler's super cozy with him.
So we were sitting in the service, and I leaned up toward him, and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million. So
See, this is why you need real directors out here. This is the mad director here. These clowns like Tyler Perry, they grew up in this bullshit church-like settings that had no truth. This is not God's work. Whatever these fools learn is from the enemies. Trying to do theater in the church like you some kind of, oh, I made my movies trying to pretend to be like my mother or my grandmother. You're whack. Get lost, man. The hell wrong with you? How dare you come on this and act like you got put on here and you got put on by God? No, you got put on by Satan, sucker. You got tricked. Trying to humiliate your own self. That's what you call perversion. You need to stop doing what the hell you're doing and come understand wisdom. And come out the closet and come tell people who the hell is your backer. And that white man behind you better come show up and say, okay, my hands is off. You can invest in anything you need distribution-wise. You all do your thing. Tyler Perry, otherwise, you're a sellout. And that's the truth. Like the rest of them.
So when you got up here and you said $1 million, I said, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I know I heard your voice.
It really makes you think about the true cost of success in Hollywood. How far are
Ridiculous.
people willing to go to reach the top, and what sacrifices are made along the way? It definitely adds a whole new layer to how we see these celebrities and their stories.
Y'all don't want to
doesn't
compete.
it?
That's
It's
the
not always
problem.
as glamorous as it seems on the surface. It makes you wonder what Cassie has really seen and what she really thinks about it all. And it's not just the company he keeps that raises eyebrows. Many fans have pointed out that Tyler Perry's work itself sometimes feels off. You'd expect someone
Too
so
off.
connected to religious figures to create content that
The man
reflects
ain't
those
doing
values,
God's work.
right? But some of his movies and shows seem to lean in the opposite direction. Think about it. There are often elements of anger, betrayal, lust, and even nudity. Some viewers have even pointed out what they perceive as undertones of demonic rituals in certain scenes.
That's
Take
it.
his TV
Unfortunately,
series,
he's
Ruthless,
lost.
for example. On the surface, it might sound like a typical drama about a mother trying to save her daughter. The premise is that Ruth Truesdale gets caught up in this scandalous cult filled with powerful, fanatical people, and she has to navigate their twisted world to rescue her daughter and escape. But those who've actually watched the show know it's way more bizarre and disturbing.
You see how stupid it is when you got these clowns that don't understand the Bible. They don't even have stories to tell. My God, help us. And these are the fools that have all the budgets and all the time in the world and all the people listen to them and, oh, well, where's your works? Well, we don't see your works, but you're just doing a whole lot of talking. Well, I'm just going to do a whole lot of praying while I talk. I hope God considers my talking, not murmuring, but prayer. Because I hope this whole thing gets turned around in the blink of an eye. We just need to show more people coming into terms with understanding of how to split a single dollar. We don't need to go through $100 in the community to make the $100 spread through our community. A single dollar, there's a way to split it with content. And we need to just break these Tyler Perry down. Get the hell lost. Nobody wants to see your movie in full context. Your ideas are whack. Your whole storyline is garbage.
Now, The series kicks off
And
with
you're
Ruth
full of
kidnapping her own
garbage
daughter,
rituals.
Callie, to bring her into this cult called the
Look at that. It's like, where you getting your stories? Some AI that's feeding you some bullshit that these prompters are doing?
And this isn't your average book club, folks. This cult is basically a group of people indulging in all sorts of strange and charged rituals. Ruth is initially portrayed as
Look
a
at this.
devoted member, even throwing her best friend Tally
He's just catering
under
to
the
the
bus,
women
setting her up for punishment for
that
being
are like
rebellious.
lost.
Ruth is even on track to become an elder in the cult. But here's where it gets even weirder. To achieve that elder status, she has to endure a brutal ordeal at the hands of 7 high-ranking cult members. It's after going through that experience that Ruth finally has a change of heart and realizes she wants out. That's when she starts plotting her escape with Tally and Callie. So,
You don't need to show all this stupidity, is what we're trying to say. We don't give a damn about, oh, we're just trying to solve human trafficking. No, we got to use the scriptures right, okay? The way to do this, you don't got to show rituals. Let's hear what these brothers got to say about, because it's true.
see, it's not exactly the kind of wholesome content you might expect from someone who's seemingly so aligned with religious leaders. It makes you wonder about the message he's trying to send and whether there's a disconnect between his public persona and the stories he chooses to tell. And again,
Absolutely.
you have to wonder what Cassie Davis thinks about all of this, having been so closely involved in his projects for so long. And recently, it seems that Tyler Perry's movies have taken a drastic turn from the heartwarming stories we once knew him for. The common theme across his recent works is
Absolutely.
less about crafting engaging storylines with surprising plot
It's
twists
ridiculous,
and
man.
more about pushing boundaries with a level of spicy content that leaves audiences scratching their heads.
Foolishness.
Gone are the days
On
of
levels
feel-good
that are
moments and
like-
uplifting themes. Instead,
There should not
we're
be
met with graphic
exalting
X-rated
idiots like
scenes,
this.
over-the-top violence, and the kind of depravity you'd expect from exploitation films rather than mainstream cinema. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Rumors have swirled that some of the scenes in his films are actually watered-down versions of darker, more sinister practices, things that allegedly happen behind closed doors at secret industry parties. There are whispers about Tyler's connections to other big names in entertainment, particularly Diddy.
I think that he's going to the Diddy parties, you know. Ron. If he's going, well, we know he's going to the Diddy party, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told us happened at the Diddy party. Maybe he need to see it for himself, man. Maybe he need to go there and really be involved in some things that could help save some individuals while they going to those parties. Or maybe he just going to, man, it's hard to even talk about. Why would you find a religious man, you know, when you know that the saints supposed to separate themselves from the sinners, and why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating, maybe, like I said, men on men, women on women. It's hard to
God damn.
to put in
It's true,
perspective
these people are so wrong.
unless he's involving himself what is actually going on at the party.
As the mogul's name started trending due to ongoing lawsuits and a federal RICO investigation, Tyler Perry wasn't far behind in the headlines. The buzz, allegedly, Tyler and Diddy were much closer than anyone had ever imagined, both frequenting
Guys are messed
exclusive
up, man.
underground parties where the line between hedonism and something far more nefarious became increasingly blurred. Sources close to the situation claim that Tyler, often seen in the company of A-list celebrities, would attend these freak-offs at Diddy's private estates. There, the rich and famous allegedly had access to male escorts, if you catch my drift. But that's not all. The rumors don't just stop at private parties or luxurious excess. No, some have gone even further, suggesting that these gatherings may have involved occult-like rituals, complete with strange ceremonies that blurred the lines between celebrity culture and the esoteric. Tyler, they say, would be a regular at these secretive events, participating in
Most homeowners have it somewhere in their house.
Ah, well, we don't give a damn. These people are all wrong, and they're just having their quick little 15-minute, and they can all be forgotten.
It's that one.
Thank y'all for listening. We just wanted to give a little talk about the greediness of the bullshit. But we don't give a damn. You got nothing to offer, buddy. You're broke.